Um, yeah, yeah. I think there's been a step up in the group this week, knowing what's ahead with the Bleds. Obviously, a bit of uncertainty leading into this week, but I think we can clear up that now that we're playing 2 games at Eden Park, which it's a hell of a stadium to play at, and a great challenge for us to go play there 2 times in a row against a team that's probably pretty confident. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think, like any Bled game, it's tough. There's big moments, and sometimes it comes right down to the last 10 minutes. I know after last year with some of our performances against Aussie, they'll be pretty confident that they can come and play really well here. So for us, it's just about focusing on what we want to do on the field and bringing that intensity that's needed to have another opportunity at lifting that cup.
Ardie, obviously the move to 8. How are you feeling about that, and how do you have to adapt your game, and what are you saying to Dalton as well?
It's pretty cool just to be named in the team, Bled 1 in Auckland. A slight change, like 7 and 8's quite different, and got to learn different roles and stuff like that. And the last couple of weeks I've been learning 7, but it's a good challenge for me. I'm just happy to be out there, and having Papi there at 7 is pretty cool. I've never played with Daltz before, and been a fan of him, watching him play and do well in Super. So I'm really looking forward to just getting stuck into it with him and Aki at 6. We have a few laughs and stuff like that, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty stuff, we got each other's back.
So you're impressed by the way Dalton plays. What in particular?
Just his physicality, his presence, the work he does in the breakdown. He's kind of the guy that G's the boys up. So he's just come in and been himself in this environment. So he's been pretty good.
You're all loose players. Do you change your tactics a little bit as a trio, because you've got that option to be able to row?
Obviously we have like our kind of strengths and skill sets and our as players. So we try and use that wherever we can in our team game and our team structure. But just give us the ball. Give us the ball, we'll run. But I'm really excited just to be out there and play. But in terms of the loose roles, we stick into our roles in the team, but we kind of just add our individual flair and our strengths that we have.
I think he's settled in quite nicely into the group without getting comfortable. Hard to be able to say this, but he's a great man, and he just wants to absorb everything he can in terms of learning, and the more simple it is for him out there on the field, the better he plays. And I think we've seen that. He's really stepped his game up in that physical part of it around his defence and his ball carrying ability, and scrummaging's been unreal to date. So I think he should be pretty confident in his ability to just go out there and back himself, and I think we've seen that in the first test that he's played in, and let's hope to see it in a big one this week.
What makes him a good prop?
He's probably one of the fittest props I've ever met. He runs a bloody good Bronco time, and just his charisma off the field he's a good man, and then also his willingness to learn. He's probably debuted a bit later in his career, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to learn and absorb as much as he can to make him a better player. And he's done that since he's had an opportunity with the Crusaders, and just taken steps forward every year.
What was that?
about George?
What was that, sorry?
What do you make of George?
Oh, George, no, he's good. Like Coach said, he's a real humble man, from Taita, and yeah, I just love that he comes in and he's a great singer, great performer. So he leads the boys around that and our culture and stuff like that. Him and Richie. So Coach is talking about what he does on the field and the rec rate, but he's a great man in terms of bringing liveliness into our environment. So yeah, he's good. I'm his backup singer. Coach the dancer.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pulling your arm there, mate.
You talked about you guys' strength as a trio. What about the Wallabies? As a loose trio, what do you expect from them, and what do they bring?
Yeah, the France series they showed their loose trio are on. They strong physical ball carriers. Hoopers obviously real class. Yeah, it's going to be a great test. And if we can walk towards that challenge and hopefully have a good game, we can nullify them, because they're probably the guys that get their game going and going forward. So they're a real class, mate, and they're physical. But yeah, we're ready, and hopefully we're up for the challenge too.
That's where they were most competitive last year with us. Obviously, apart from fourth Bledisloe, it was a relatively competitive series. In terms of the Lucies.
The Lucies.
It's when the team as a whole was most competitive.
And the Lucies. Oh, that's a great question, mate. I don't even know. I don't go after them and go, the Lucies won. So for me, my mindset, mate, is I try to worry about my role and then do a little bit of analysis on them. But like we said, if we don't stop their go forward, which is mainly their loose trio carrying, and if we don't stop that, if we don't front up, then it's going to be a long night. So they play a big part in that. So we just got to do our job, nail our role, and turn up.
Boys, is Nuggies 100? Has he been a bit more antsy this week, or game on?
I don't know. Yeah. Usually I have a little laugh like that and try and laugh with him. He just looks at me. But he's on. Yeah, that's why he's ready, I think. Yeah, great man.
Obviously, the trio of Wallabies players being stood down. What's the reaction the team when that news comes out?
In our team? Oh, I'd say that if anything, it's a dangerous thing. That'll fire them up. The team will want to go out there and perform and show that they're still unified. These things happen. I think they're still going to bring the same level of confidence they always have, and some boys miss out on the back of some decisions, but yeah, I think no matter what Aussie team runs out on that field, they always back themselves, so yeah.
You always found that they're always confident no matter what?
Yeah, I think one of our bloody All Black legends said back in the day, Ollie Franks, is that no matter what the score is and how well you're playing against them, they'll always back themselves to come back, and they'll always stay in the fight. And I think that's just that Australian mindset that they have, and it's up to us to take that away.
Just going back to Nagy, what do you think's made him, everyone's sort of widely accepted he's playing some of his best rugby into his early 30s. What do you think's enabled him to do that? What do you see?
I see a man that's been through a lot, his journey. I've seen discipline, consistency and preparation. Just a great man in terms of what a professional rugby player should be. He's the ultimate preparer for a game. Coach can back me up on that, and and how much passion he has for this legacy, for the jersey. You can see it in the way he operates himself around the boys and in the team. But for me, I reckon it's the things. For us, to be great, you got to go through some stuff, and to see Nug come out of that and play what he's doing, he's got another 10 in him. That's what I see in him, mate. And he's a great man.
Well, there's a bit of clarity over the next 2 games.
everything after the season, after the year. Just like to know both your opinions, given both family men, that it could be a rather long time away from home in Australia, and again on to the end of your tour. How you feeling about that?
Yes.
Well, mate. You at home, wife's not.
You should ask our wife there. I think, you never want to be away from your family. But for me personally, I mean, last year was tough being away. It always is. But it's a great opportunity again to do what we love. And I've sort of used this year's opportunity to channel that energy, knowing that the uncertain could be around the corner, and that's exactly what situation we're in now. And for me, it's all about representing them now. So every chance I get, it's for them, and that really goes a long way into putting a positive spin on what I'm trying to do in the jersey. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I find it hard being away from family, but when you strip it back and think around the opportunity to represent this jersey and the country, it's pretty special. And family understand that, even though there's uncertainty. Just trying to focus on this week and next week, and hopefully get more clarity as it goes. But I love touring and being away. It encourages us brothers to connect better off the field and kind of be able to just bond in that space. So get clarity, nail these this week, next week, and then whatever happens. But hopefully wife's all good.
Thanks, so we're wrapping up after you, Seth. Speaking of representing your country, what have you made of the Olympics? What have been your favourite memories, highlights?
I think it's all pretty unreal, eh? Watching like Lisa Carrington do what she's doing on the K1 and stuff, that is, she's just a step above everyone else, and she's almost changed the game in her sport. And I think also a lot of the sports that we weren't too aware of that New Zealand are actually stepping up in, the high jump, that was one. It was pretty impressive that he made the final. The weightlifting last night with Big Davey. It just goes to show, it's not always about winning a medal. It's also about becoming a better version of yourself. And Davey got a PB last night, and that was pretty awesome to see. So I think it's the world stage. We talk about that a lot in this group, being performing on the world stage, and we're seeing that among our Kiwis out there in the Olympics. It's pretty special.
Yeah, same as Codes. We had a bunch of boys on Tuesday watching Tom Walsh in the shot put in 2 disqualifications, and the last one we're like, oh no. But just like Codes, just proud of everyone. I can't go past the women's rugby, the Sevens ladies that are in quarantine, and the mana they showed, and just across the board, it's amazing to just sit down. TVs are on, the Olympics are on, so whenever there's a chance for us to sit down and just watch our team go to work, it's awesome to see.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet.
Stick around.